but I can't see if you're right here next to me.
Hi everyone, welcome back to Just Swallow the Pill. I am the one and only Brandy Yvette, and welcome to season 1 finale. Oh my goodness, I can't believe it's been since January. I've been telling you guys my divorce journey and sharing it with you, and I appreciate you guys for tuning in every single week to listen to my journey and what I went through. And it was such a pleasure to share it with you. Season 2 will be coming up in June. I have some great things to share with you. I'm so excited. I have some wonderful people that will be joining me on Just Swallow the Pill, and we are going to take your healing to the next level. Okay, so be ready for that in June. I will be giving additional information about when exactly in June on my Instagram. So if you're not following me on Instagram, please do so at Brandy Yvette. That's BrandiYbette, one word. Okay. So last week, brief recap, I answered 2 viewer questions. One of our viewers wanted to know, if me and my ex-husband were still in contact. The answer is no. I don't feel that it's necessary, and I'm sure he doesn't feel like it's necessary either. We've both moved on with our lives, and I wish him nothing but love and light, and I wish him nothing but the best. Okay. And then the second question was, what's my relationship like with God? And I briefly explained how my relationship with God is like anybody else's. It's a work in progress, but it is growing stronger and stronger by the day. And no, I do not attend church any longer. I just don't feel like it's for me, but I have nothing against church. If you feel like that's what you need, great. By all means, go. I personally do not feel like I need to do that to maintain and strengthen my relationship with God. Okay. So this week, I actually have a pretty long a pretty long question all the way from Las Vegas, Nevada. One of our viewers emailed me in, and I actually just wrote it down here so I wouldn't have to bring my laptop over here. But anyway, so she writes, "Hi Brandy, this guy and I had been dating for about 4 months. Things were working out wonderfully. I was very excited because he was like no other man that I had ever dated. I actually stepped outside of my comfort zone and gave him a chance. Like I said before, things were great. He was even talking about introducing me to his parents. We were spending a lot of time together. One day he asked if he could come over and talk. It was kind of weird because he was supposed to come over anyway. Long story short, he pretty much tells me that he's not ready for a committed relationship. He said that it's not me and that he just thought he was ready, but he was not. He allowed me to cry and answered all of my questions before leaving. I just can't help but feel like I did something. Maybe I should not have told him about all of the expensive gifts that I was given in previous relationships. Brandy, what do you think? Why do you think he actually broke up with me?" Okay. So, I've had this question for quite some time. Okay. And I actually been pondering on it for some time before I actually gave my response. So I've already given my response to this young lady. But I personally believe that when a man, let me say this, because women, we kind of give explanations behind things. We don't, from my experience, and I'm going to say from my friends and the females that I have encountered, we generally provide explanations about why we do the things that we do. Okay. But I will say men typically don't do that all of the time. Okay. So if a man has actually taken the time out to sit down with you and express the fact that he thought he was ready for a committed relationship and he's not ready, you know, I would take that as face value. Could there be other variables out there? Absolutely. Could it be another woman? Yes. It could be anything under the sun if we all came together and racked our brains. Okay? But I personally believe, you know, in this situation, you really have to take what he says for what it is. I think racking your brain about what it could have been or if it was really you, I really feel like that's devaluing you. That is saying nothing's wrong with him and everything is wrong with me. And we shouldn't be doing that. So I would take the time to reevaluate and reflect on why you feel like you were the cause. Why would you feel like you did something if he said you didn't? If he blatantly said, no, it's not you, it's me, then just take it for what it is. You know, we as women have to, when we enter relationships, we have to enter those relationships knowing our worth and knowing our value and knowing what we have to offer and what we bring to the table. And what I find is when we enter relationships already broken, okay, when someone else decides to leave the relationship, we automatically go to our brokenness and blame it on our brokenness. Okay? And again, that's one of the main reasons why I started Just Swallow the Pill, because I want us as people in general, not just women, but as people in general, to when you enter a relationship, you have to do the healing first. Because if you don't work on your self-esteem, if you don't work on your confidence, if you don't work on your value and your worth, you're going to take all of those broken things into this relationship and you're going to rely on this relationship and this person to mend those things that are broken. When really it's not their responsibility to do that. It's not anyone's responsibility to heal you. It's your responsibility. You have to take ownership of that. Okay? And so I think he broke up with you because he was not ready. I feel like a lot of times people ask for things and then when they actually get it, sometimes it's more than what they bargained for, or it's more than what they thought they were ready for. In the grand scheme of life, do people lie? Yes, you know. So I'm not gonna take away the fact of he could be lying. I don't know. Just like, you know, our viewer doesn't know. But really, if someone is taking the time out to sit down with you, console you while you cry, answer your questions, and really be honest, we really have to take that for what it is. And you know, also when someone has given us a reason why they don't want to be with us and it makes perfect sense, you know, again, we don't want to continue to dig deep and try to find additional reasons, especially if it had nothing to do with us, especially if they're saying, I'm not ready for a relationship. And a lot of times, a lot of men aren't. A lot of men jump into situations with women and they be like, whoa, wait, we spending all this time together, and they get afraid. You know, they get scared. And so, you know, he definitely could have gotten scared. But again, you don't want to look at yourself like you're the cause. You really have to take this one for what it is. So when someone has given us a reason why they have broken up with us, it is healthy to reflect. Okay, so I'm not saying don't reflect. It is healthy to reflect, but at the same time, we have to take some things for face value. Okay, so that is going to be it for season number 1 of Just Swallow the Pill. I know this was a really short episode. You guys, thank you so much for tuning in again to all of my episodes. And again, I will see you guys in June for season number 2. I'm excited. I have some great things coming your way. And again, as I always say, your crown is not on your head, it is in your soul. Thank you guys so much for tuning in, and we will see you guys in June.